welcome back, our dear viewers. As we have promised at the beginning of the show today, that we are going to tackle the visit by Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry to Kuwait, his participation in the foreign ministers' meeting, and the meetings on the sidelines of the Arab League foreign ministers' meeting with the foreign minister of Kuwait to tackle the bilateral ties as well as the regional issues of mutual concern. To shed more light on that issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Latif Wahba, our journalist. Good morning, Mr. Latif.
Good morning.
Sir, what is the importance of Egypt's participation in the Arab Foreign Ministers gathering which took place in Kuwait?
Yeah, of course, as you know that they are trying to put an agenda for the Arab cooperations, especially in this time. Yes. As you know that there are many challenges the Arab countries faces just now. We have many problems and the political problems, I mean, even in Lebanon, as you know, also the conflict or the Houthis rebel who launched many missiles toward United Arab Emirates, and they compensated all efforts to hit the Emirati economy. And this is on one hand. On the other hand, as you know, that Lebanon has also a domestic problem concerning the shortage of power energy, and they are trying to solve it by cooperation of the Arab countries with the Lebanese people. And also we have another problem concerning the presidential and the parliamentary elections in Libya. Also we have a conflict or a political conflict between Algeria and Morocco. And also the main priority, as you know, that they are now they are trying to tackle it is the Syria. And if can the Arab country approve the return of the Syrian regime to the Arab League and so on. This is, of course, the main issues. The Arab foreign ministers meeting in Kuwait are trying just now to solve and to face these issues. This is, I think, as you know, that Egypt at the same time, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sameh Shoukry, is adopting some solutions for some issues. Now we have, as you know, that we have a great cooperation with the Lebanese people, for example, to re-provide Lebanon with the Egyptian natural gas. And this is, of course, depends upon the rehabilitations of and the maintenance of the pipeline, the old pipeline that extended to Syria and then to Lebanon. Egypt approved and also agreed to inject again the natural gas to Lebanon. And this depends also on the cooperation between Syria and the Lebanon at the same time. I think Minister of Oil during the last months is doing a great effort to resume Egyptian natural gas exports to Lebanon.
Yes.
This is on one hand. And at the same time, as you know, that the Libyan issues is a national security for the Egyptian administrations, and the Egypt is trying to implement all the decrees and the procedures that the Libyan factions agreed on it during their meeting, like Sukhairat, during the meeting when Algeria played as a broker for peace process in Libya itself. So Egypt is still supporting the Arab countries in their efforts to set solutions for many political issues and challenges that face many Arab countries.
Yes, indeed. Sir, also one of the aim of the meeting is to support the stability and security of the region, which witnessed many instabilities during the past time. So how do you evaluate the talks regarding that issue and the threats that also the Gulf state did witness during the past weeks?
Yeah, of course. As you know that during the last week, as you know that some new escalations in the Gulf area, especially after the Houthi group reached by some missiles to United Arab Emirates, to some infrastructures like airports, and also at the same time, as you know that Saudi Arabia suffered from this Houthi attack at the same time. So, as you know that during the last week, for example, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi visited United Arab Emirates and hailed all the Egyptian efforts to support United Arab Emirates and its national security. And as you know, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi pointed that the national security of the Gulf areas is a part of the national security of Egypt. So Egypt supported the United Arab Emirates efforts and also Saudi efforts. This is on one hand. On the other hand, as you know that there is just now a delegation between Iran, for example, concerning its nuclear program, and they are trying, all the Arab countries, I mean, trying some political pressures or perhaps some pressures to stop Irani support to Houthi group. This is on one hand. And on the other hand, also they are trying to encourage the Lebanese regime to practice some pressures also on Hezbollah to stop its logistic aid for the Houthi. This is, I think, the most important issues they discussed.
Yes. What common stance here, from your point of view, Mr. Wahba, could be taken from the Arab states in order to face all these growing challenges in the whole region?
I think the main common sense is that the national security of the Arab countries is the main point for all the Arab states, not for any one specific countries or so on. but it is just now, as you know, that many areas in the world suffered from political issues. We have political escalations, like, for example, what happened between Russia and Ukraine, and also the NATO and Russia itself. So it is the time for the Arab League and for the Arab countries to secure their stability and the stability of the Arab area at the same time. This is, of course, to make them capable to face any challenges as there is a progress in the political situations all over the world.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Latif Wahba, our journalist. Always a pleasure to listen to your precious input, sir. Have a lovely day. Our dear viewers, now we'll go to a short break, and after that, we'll be back to continue our segments in the breakfast show. So stay tuned.